Yo, 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 what's going on? 2 minute warning. TMW Fury, back at it. We're back on our bi-weekly schedule. I know it felt like forever since the last time we was online. We almost forgot we had a show, but we have to give everybody a little bit of football fix until the season starts again. It's a long, long, long year till football season. But we got a good show. Mike, Tim, Maurice, let's get it. Go.
I'm Happy New Year's,
Woo!
y'all. Happy New Year's. Is it New Year's?
Is it Chinese?
I think it's the Chinese New Year's, right?
I don't know
No.
what it is. Damn. Last time we took
The NFL, well, the NFL New Year don't start till March. So I mean,
Oh, damn. It's been a long time, fellas. But
yeah.
let's start off, fellas. What is the biggest off-season storylines going on in the NFL in your opinions?
I think the biggest right now, because not too much is happening in the league. I think it's happening without the league, like or outside of the league, as in like the new rookie class that's about to come in. There's a lot of talk about Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, who's going to be number one, who's going to be that franchise quarterback. They're already putting their, like, not saying that they're going to be on the same level as them, but the hype, the same level as Andrew Luck versus RG3. Like, oh well, which one of them? Blah blah. You know, they're going to be the franchise. They're going to be the future of the NFL and stuff like that. So it is interesting to see which one of them is going to come on top. I want to see them both throw at Pro Day. To go on a mini rant, I hate when quarterbacks don't throw on Pro Day. That's your job, to throw the ball. I don't want to see you jump. I don't want to see you run in a fast line, in a straight line. I don't want to see you bench press. I just want to see you throw the ball. That's all you do. That's all you do, throw the ball. I want to see you throw the ball. Don't give me this. None of you. That's not your receivers. Those receivers don't have their quarterback, but they still out there catching the ball. Throw the ball.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I get a little shifty when they don't throw in the combine. Just to add on your thing, I just want to see who's the Blake Bortles of this draft. I want to see the guy who hops out the garbage can and
You know he's coming.
how these people make up slander for the next good quarterback for no reason, like they did Teddy Bridgewater. I still have no idea how that happened because the film said he was great. But anyway, Tim, you gonna show some love on this story. I think the biggest story is what do the Cowboys do? I was listening today about Dez Bryant and DeMarco Murray, and it's hard. Which one do you keep? Personally, I hate DeMarco Murray. I think DeMarco Murray fumbles the ball too much with the O-line that he has. I think when he goes to another team, he'll be straight trash. I mean, I don't care if he sees this. I think he's overrated. I think he needs to give all of his check to Zach Martin and Teron Smith and everyone else on that O-line. So you can let him walk. But the scariest thing, and this is what the vibe I got from Colin Cowherd today is, what is happening in Dez Bryant's home? From the way his voice sounded, it sounds terrifying to invest in this dude. It sounds like, especially in this media, in this day and age, where Twitter wants to be an angry mob at the flick of a second, they're saying if any of that comes to light, he doesn't even play football anymore. So I think that's a big story because if you have to remove one of those two, it's like a domino effect. What team does he end up on? What does that team let go of? So you could change the whole NFC in one day based off of what decision they make. So even though I hate hyping up the Cowboys, it's not just the Cowboys. It's how the teams afterwards are affected by what decision they make.
Well, you know, I could agree with you more, Mike. Even though Mo's opinion about Mariota and Jameis Winston is a fact, but I also got to agree that the Dallas Cowboys off-season move between Dez Bryant and DeMarco Murray is a big thing. Now, I'm gonna say this, Jerry Jones, sit your ass down, please. Understand this, Stephen Jones. This is your team.
Do your
running.
job.
Everything you did was fine. You didn't take Manziel. When I was one who wanted Manziel, you didn't do it. A lot of fans wanted Manziel. You said, no, we're going to commit to Tony Romo, and we're going to draft Zach Martin. And you know what? You was correct. You let the guys do their job and draft the players. Anthony Hitchens, a fourth-round pick, he started, was great. Okay, Tyler Patton. To me, he was the second-best cornerback on the team with 3 picks, 1 for a touchdown. So the rookies they brought in contribute very good. Now, to Dez Bryant, when he got drafted, it was so much negative input on this kid. Even from the start when he got interviewed by a certain Miami Dolphins GM when they asked him, is your mother a prostitute?
This guy.
All right, understand this. You go from you go from that question to then, okay, the incident with your mother, when we all really know, you know how it is. If the boy was homeless in college and all of a sudden you hit the lotto, everybody comes out and loves you. It's a money thing. Everybody knew that. Because we haven't heard anything. Right. So we haven't heard anything from his mother again. No any call for the game. Knowing that, you know, his family thing is not so great. Now, let's move on to the stuff on the sideline. Oh, Dez Bryant is selfish. But wait a minute. With live audio, no, he's a leader. We haven't seen the energy and the attitude since the triplets with Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith on the sideline. Even Troy Aikman cursing as an offensive lineman. So my thing is this: Dez Bryant has not only improved in the offseason, he also has improved in his stats. Dez Bryant has the most touchdowns in the NFL in the last 4 years, besides Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. So when you're being shared in the same sentence with Randy Moss and Jerry Rice as a wide receiver, you are elite. You're doing your thing. We have not had an elite player since the Marcus Wade getting drafted. Before that, Emmitt Smith.
See,
Jerry Jones, Steve Jones.
Here's my thing.
Sign him.
I agree to everything. Honestly, the sideline antics, I'm going to be frank, that's the most overrated BS I've ever seen in my life. Because the cameras, here's the thing, when you're sought at, it's almost like my argument with the Patriots. People hate the Patriots, so they're going to look for something. Dez Bryant, he has that reputation of being a hothead, so everyone's going to look at it. The camera's always going to be on him for reaction. Man, if the cameras follow Tom Brady as much as they follow Dez Bryant, everyone would think Tom Brady is a hothead also.
Right.
That stuff I don't care about. The only thing that scares me is, like, again, just listen to what he was saying. They weren't saying, hey, he's a little out of control. This man literally said, if what comes out about Dez Bryant comes out to the media, he doesn't play football ever again. That's what he said. And that's what usually when it's, checkered backgrounds, I always love a comeback story. I love all of that. I want the redemption. I want him to eat. I want him to do good. But that's a scary turn.
Well, wait.
See, I mean, like my thing is, I mean, like to branch off like with the Dez, I mean, I feel like NFL contracts are like a piece of toilet paper. I mean, they don't mean anything. Like you can tear them up. You can tear them up at any given time. So I mean, like at that point, I was like, you know what? Sign them. You're just throwing monopoly money at them anyway because it's not real money. Like to say, like everybody who signed $100 million contract has never gotten the actual $100 million dollars. So I mean, it's to the point where you're basically just doing a dog and pony. Saying, hey, look, we're gonna give you X amount of money. Unless it's that guaranteed money you're talking about, none of that means anything. So I would watch the guaranteed money, but in terms as contract, it doesn't matter. Give him a 7-year, $150 million deal for all I care. It doesn't mean anything. He might get $20 million out of that. So I'm like, I would definitely like sign him and he's worth the risk right now. I mean, yeah, the stuff might come out that like, hey, this guy, you don't want this guy, he's toxic. But guess what? Like Tim said, he's in the same breath as Jay Rice and Moss in his first four years. That's enough to sign a dude and say, hey, you know what? He might be worth the headache because we need this production. And the thing, like the season line, the storyline with Murray, I may be getting my sports mixed up because it's about that time where all the sports kind of like blend in for me. But why don't he just pay them both and just eat the luxury tax? Because I mean, make it rain. Make it rain, pay both. I'm like, yo, you gotta do something. I mean, because like, hey, maybe you can't do it. Like I said, this blending in for me. Baseball is almost here. You know, hockey might swing. I don't know which way is up. I mean, but I'm like, look, all I know is that if you had to go one or the other, you definitely get Dez because that talent at that wide receiver position is more special than the running back is because you can find a running back literally anywhere. You can find Justin or Set, strong candidate for comeback player of the year. Like he was like a seven round pick. He was tucked behind Marshawn Lynch in Seattle for like what? How many years?
Exactly.
So you can find these guys anywhere. Des Bryant, you can't find anywhere. I mean, like nobody. He's not going to drop out of the sky. I mean, in terms of deep wide receiver drafts, Cowboys missed that boat last year. Last year with a deep wide receiver draft. Get ready for absolute garbage at the wide receiver position for the next 2 years. So keep him, please keep him.
Yeah. Well, here's why you can't keep both, because you forget. Cowboys ain't just trying to stay the same. Cowboys, last time I checked, they're trying to win a Super Bowl too. If you're gonna go into the luxury tax, you keep one and you use the rest on defense. If you bought that action, if you keep Dez, let Murray go fumble the ball 6 to 10 times somewhere else and not get any yards because his O-line ain't God status, and you get a cheaper running back, and you get defense. If you're going to pay that tax, make your defense better while keeping Dez.
I'll tell you this, man. I'm all for keeping Dez, and I think he's the best thing for the team right now. The best thing for Romo to even get a chance at a Super Bowl. I think the offensive line was the reason why everything clicked with the running game and the passing game. DeMarco Murray, listen, I love you, but I'm sorry. I'm not paying you for it to be a one-year wonder. You don't deserve $10 million, DeMarco Murray. You really don't. You're not special like Jamal Charles. You're not special like Adrian Peterson. I would give you $6.5 to $7 million. What Matt Forte is making. You're solid. You're solid. You're not special in the 10 million mark. And you know what? In this market, when you got guys like C.J. Spiller, Mark Ingram, but I love the draft running backs. Mike and Maurice. Listen. We spoke about off the air about these backs in the draft.
Oh, it's stacked this
morning.
Yeah.
Gurley.
Guys, gotta wrap it up.
Yeldon. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Yeldon.
Yes. I would take Yeldon in a heartbeat.
Shane, that cat from Baylor, he's coming out like there was like.
Hey, Coleman. What about Coleman? And what about Coleman? Coleman, I heard is nice big back when they compare to Murray. So. Listen, it's to me, if you sign and let Murray go, guess what? Thank you. It's business.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to replace him quick. So,
all right, guys. That here ends the quarter.
Dez ain't even Matt Forte.
No, he's not.
He's really not. Second quarter. Second quarter. If you're the GM of the Denver Broncos, would you give Peyton Manning $19 million to come back?
No. And I'll explain why. Like, I did some math, I did some numbers. Here's the biggest reason why. Like, ignore the fact that like the huge drop off at the end of the season. And forget that he finished the season basically like including the playoffs as a 1-to-1 touchdown assist ratio. He had 6 touchdowns and 6 picks. Forget the fact that he couldn't throw the ball down the field more than 5 yards accurately. Forget all that. Let's look at the future. $19 million towards next year, right? There are, I counted 7 offensive players alone. 7 offensive players alone whose contract is up next year. They want to keep some of those guys because some of those guys, their name is Demaryius Thomas, Wes Welker, Jacob Tamme, Julius Thomas, Terrence Knighting, Raheem Moore, Orlando Franklin. These are core. These not just like random people off the bench. These are core guys that Denver wants and need. Yeah, he's too. And then and the fact that all of those signings that they had when they beefed up their defense after they got destroyed by Seattle, they gave all those contracts to them. So Aqib Talib is locked up to 2020. Ryan Clady, 2018. Chris Harris, 2020. DeMarcus Ware, 2017. T.J. Ward, 2018. Von Miller, 2016. That's cool, but what about now? Like, all those people that I just named, like, they're going to come off the books. They're going to want to get paid. DeMarcus, hold on. Let me get his exact number because it's ridiculous how much Julius Thomas getting paid. Julius Thomas, right, his salary for this coming season is $420,000. That is it. You already know. I mean, like, you might as well write the headline right now that he's holding out in camp for a new contract. So that's exactly why you need to, like, you know what, Peyton, you got to take this pay cut or you got to go, son. Because Peyton is good. He's a great quarterback. He can get you to the playoffs. He'll guarantee you 10 wins. But at this point in time, he only has 2 years left on his current deal. How much he's going to be 40 almost. You have to start looking to the future somewhat. I mean, the NFL is like a business, like we said with DeMarco Murray. I mean, like, you can't replace Peyton Manning with just any old body, but at the same time, you got to look towards the future and ensure that, hey, you got something in the next 4 or 5 years. Peyton is not going to be there.
Look, man, this question breaks my heart. I need to give y'all my history. I spent years in my youth, from high school on through college, as a mechanic, stacking bags for Delta, also defending the honor of said Peyton Manning. I have retired from, my cape is hung up. I have no more capes. I have no more excuses. I have no more numbers. I have nothing left for Peyton Manning. The only person who has less left for Peyton Manning than me is Peyton Manning.
You done.
I'll say it again. The only person who has less for Peyton Manning than me is Peyton Manning himself. Look, you did it. The career is there. The records are there. You don't got to get the most touchdowns because you can't stay healthy. Yeah, and the playoff, you ain't winning. You ain't getting in that second ring, bro. Cool story. It's not happening. So right now, if I'm the GM, you ain't going to help me win. Every time I need you, you ain't going to do it. So if you ain't going to get me the Super Bowl, I might as well find out if Brock Osweiler is good enough. And guess what? If he isn't, then I might even get a pick to find the next quarterback.
Yep.
So, like, at this point, if you, like, you have to literally say, does he give me a chance to win a Super Bowl? And I used to be the first person to say yes. After the past 2 years, who can really say that? That's why I'm like, yo, no, it isn't disrespect because you like 38. It's no disrespect. You too old to play a gladiator sport. Go sell some pizza. You know what I mean? You done good for yourself. Go on SNL and sell some pizza. Do what you do. Drive a Cadillac.
Well, my answer is, no. I would not give him $19 million at all.
No.
at all. Oh my no. So listen, here's the thing. If it was where for sure Peyton Manning will play 16 games in a dome next year, it's just in the dome, no cold weather or anything like that. You know what? I may say, okay, how about 15? I'll drop up a little because you know what? I'll give him that. But because you're playing in Denver in the cold weather, you're not good at it. We saw what happened last year. I mean, a thigh injury? Really? A thigh injury? And all of a sudden now, a month later, you're healthy as a horse? Listen, I'm sorry. Elway, listen, just because you have Peyton Manning on your team with a great offense doesn't mean you're a great GM. A great GM builds a team from the bottom. And I think we're going to see how much Elway is good as a GM if Peyton Manning walks. Because you have a backup quarterback in Oswald who, 6'7", 240 pounds. I think if he was to hit the market, and they say about 6'8". If he was to hit the market, I really do think he would get picked up that fast because his physical attributes that he shows. The guy, listen, call it you want to call it, his only game he ever played, he has 1 touchdown, no pick. 87 quarterback rating, so he didn't throw a pick his first chance. He caught a touchdown.
Small sample size, but facts are facts. Facts are facts.
So, if I'm Denver Broncos right now, Oswald has been there for 3 years, I believe. So, I know Gabby is a new coordinator.
Hey guys, so sorry to butt in, but we still have one Peyton loyalist. Madison, I'm probably going to botch his last name. DeSincere or Cersei? DeCersei? Madison DeCersei.
Apologize.
Apologize to that man. You just butchered that man's name. Kobe.
Hey, listen.
Yeah. But I actually just saw that comment. I'm like you. On paper, you can't diss Peyton. On paper, you can't diss Peyton. But in reality, you're gonna have to because to be honest,
I'm sorry, Mo. I'm gonna cut you up, brother. I'm gonna cut you up. When you said paper, did you mean toilet paper this year, the way he performed, or the overall paper?
Oh, guys.
I mean toilet paper because
okay, all right.
You can't do. You just can't do it. Because he's the best quarterback. He's on that. He's everybody's Mount Rushmore quarterbacks. He's got this record, got that record, that record. It will look blasphemous, right? Let's rewind 3 years ago when we were having the same. They cut Peyton Manning. They cut him, and for $28 million. They was like, no, we're not paying him $28 million, even though everybody knew he had a good 3 or 4 years left of him. If the Colts really wanted to, they really could have traded Andrew Luck for a king's ransom and loaded that team, to give Peyton a chance to win. They knew he was on the decline. That's what you have to do. It's a business. You have to realize, hey, this guy is great. But how long is he going to be great? And he's not going to be great for that long because he's almost 40. He's showing you that he can't throw the ball down the field. What else do you need? Yes, he can scream Omaha at the top until his voice goes out. But it doesn't mean, it's not going to bring you a Super Bowl. And I'm not saying Brock Osweiler is, but you need to go first. You need to see what he's about because apparently there was a bunch of articles coming out saying, the Broncos love what they see from Osweiler and all this stuff like that. And I honestly think that's why Fox left because he was like, hey, you know what? I'm ready to sit Peyton down. And Elway's like, nah, you're not doing that. So he said, you know what? I'm out. Because I think that's what it was about. They didn't want to sit Peyton down. They didn't want to be the ones to tell Peyton, hey, I think it's about time we take you out. We take you out back, all right? Because this NFL career is over. You go look at the flowers, Peyton. Look at the flowers. Pretty much.
You know what? You know who Peyton Manning is? Peyton Manning is the J.K. Rowling of football. I'll tell y'all a quick story. Harry Potter is probably the greatest movie franchise ever. It's made a bunch of money. The books are fantastic. 1 through 6. 6 is a little expositionary, a little bit of stories in the past. She writes the whole damn book, knowing that she's foreshadowed that Harry Potter's going to die. And then she writes the BS cockamamie ending that she writes at the end, like, oh, I couldn't kill him, and ruins the entire story. That is Peyton Manning. He's had his Goblet of Fire. He's had his Phoenix, whatever. That's when he won the Super Bowl. But damn it, by the Deathly Hallows, you got to let it go. You got to let him die.
Yes.
He's not it.
What?
And if you keep on reviving Harry Peyton Manning Potter, sad will be your portion.
Hey, Mike, you sound like Voldemort right there.
He shall not be named, bro.
You should not be named. Sure. You gotta censor that. You gotta censor that.
But listen, man. It's just look. He's a Hall of Famer. He has nothing to prove. I know he wants a ring after seeing his arch never since Tom Brady got a ring. You know he's hungry, and I do understand that. But his division is going to get better. Again, in the cold weather, he's not good. We've seen that, and it wasn't just an injury. He's just not good. He's not used to that, you know. And the defense are getting more faster. As he's getting older, defense is getting better, and so people are going to be more equipped to what the Denver Broncos did last year, and take away their short passing game and the whole nine. And sometimes you gotta be a quarterback to just go away from the playbook, and that's something that I don't see Peyton Manning doing at all this year. Not for no 19 mil. If that was the case, listen, I hate to say this. I know Mike will get mad when I say this, when I do say this guy's name.
There we go.
I mean, listen. Eli Manning has a better chance on Denver than Peyton Manning does.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no argument here, though. There's no argument here. There's no argument. But here's the funniest thing, Tim. You keep on saying if he was in a dome, he would have done better. Do y'all not realize he got injured in St. Louis in a dome?
Yeah.
It's over.
That is true.
He can't throw. It's not like the cold weather is knocking down his passes. He can't throw them anywhere. He can't throw them. His arm is dead. His arm is dead.
I think a good career for Peyton Manning would be showing his highlights when he wasn't doing so good with like a Tylenol commercial or something. So that way it can show when you take a Tylenol, then go backwards and you show the good highlights. I think that would be a great career for Peyton Manning.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. Like nobody's taking that away from him. He's saying that he's past his prime. He's seriously on the decline. Now, right now, the Broncos need to start thinking about the Broncos and say, hey, look, we know this guy he can give us the best chance to win right this second. But what about next year? What about the year after that? What about the year after that? No, it's not happening. It's just not happening. And plus, to be honest, even we're talking about, maybe he for 919, maybe he needs to structure his contract. Peyton Manning has never restructured his contract. He always took that money. That's why I don't like that. I don't have a problem with that. I'm never against athletes taking that money that's offered to them. If they offer you that money, take that money. Do not restructure anything. It is not his job to save the team money. But he's not taking less money. He's not restructuring that deal especially because he knows that this is probably going to be his last contract. He's going to get all the money he can. So you ain't making $19 million at Papa John's.
Before the quarter goes out, I want to ask y'all this. All right. We all know that Peyton Manning does resign, and most likely he is. They're going to sign him back. Okay. 19 million, you know he may have just 1 year left. If you're Demaryius Thomas, is that Elway calling?
Yeah, I think.
Hold on. Let me see. Hold up. Y'all keep on talking. I'm going to talk to my secretary about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
See, I know Lovie calling y'all. But see, if you're Demaryius Thomas, right, Mo, would you feel comfortable signing a long-term contract knowing that you don't know who's going to be a quarterback for the next 4 or 5 years?
You know what? That's the risk you take because, like I said, NFL
He
contracts.
can go anywhere.
Contracts don't mean anything. So I mean, like they could sign Demaryius Thomas to a long-term contract, and then it's like, you know what, we're gonna cut you before training camp. So I mean,
Right.
yeah, so it's like so. I would take that, but you take that contract. If you want to be in Denver, stay in Denver.
All right, moving on.
Okay,
Next
this
quarter.
is the big part of the quarter, the third quarter. Okay, we got our very own Michael Ford and Lovie Smith. They're working together in the offseason to improve the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Okay, Mike, you got the first pick of the draft. What are you and Lovie Smith are talking about, Mike? What are you guys trying to do?
All right, man. Give me a second.
Mike, before you start, I love you.
Okay. Oh, wow. I forgot. All of these cats is coming out? Oh my. Okay, well, this is how I'm feeling right now, man. Look, man, Jameis, I want to believe in you. You know what I mean? You understand Jameis Winston is almost like Derrick Rose going to, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like Derrick Rose going to Chicago. The man made his name in Florida, and he could play right down the street. But I will say this. If Chip Kelly's happy ass comes skipping down the field with like 8 picks, look, man, I'm telling you straight up, Brett Hundley and Bryce Petty is more than good enough for me. Bryce Petty from Baylor?
Yeah.
That kid could ball. And he's like the 5th-rated quarterback. So, like, my thing is, if you're telling me I could get Bryce Petty and 8 picks, you know what I'm saying? I'm not losing sleep over that because now I can. Because like look at your boy Julius Thomas making $400K for dominating the league. Look at your boy Russell Wilson got making $500K for winning the Super Bowl. $500K. So like, I would take those prospects and a Bryce Petty over famous Jameis and his raping ass any day of the week.
It's like Kanye said. You win a Super Bowl and drive off in a Hyundai. But
you probably did.
Yeah, you probably did, bro. You probably did drive off in a Hyundai. But you took the words directly out of my mouth, right? Like, Jameis Winston, he's the most pro-ready quarterback, probably since Andrew Luck. Marcus Mariota, he is a great quarterback prospect. Not pro-ready, but he can learn. I feel like he can learn and he can pick it up fast enough. The problem is Chip Kelly has this love affair with Marcus Mariota, and he is literally willing to give you the whole team. Like literally everybody is expendable on the Eagles right now to get Marcus Mariota. If I'm Tampa, I'm calling up Chip. Like, yo, Chip. So I got this #1 pick. I think you heard. What you trying to give up for Marcus Mariota? Cause let's talk. I'm coming out of there like I'm on a table with at least like, look, you're like your first round this year, your first round next year. You're like maybe 2 third rounds, and a 4th and 5th round. Like somewhere down the line, I'm trying to get all. I'm trying to do what St. Louis did. I'm trying to get all the picks, and then when we play each other, I'm gonna send those picks out as team. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, look, I hope you enjoy Marcus Mariota, because like, yeah, get as much picks as possible. I know they need a quarterback. They already let go your boy Josh McCown. They need it. They're not too impressed with Mike Glennon. They need a quarterback. But, like you said, Bryce Petty's there. That Pac-12 quarterback pool is deep, man.
I'm reading again.
Deep.
You can even get Bo Wallace from Ole Miss. You can get Sean Mannion from Oregon State. You can get Cody Farado from Nevada. You can get Brett Hundley. Now, let me tell you, that kid can ball. You know what I'm saying? You got all these quarterbacks, man. But even Blake Sims is coming out there.
I have no problem taking the plethora of Big 12 and Pac-12 quarterbacks that's coming out. You can have Mariota, you can have Jameis. I'm taking all these picks and the quarterback because to be honest, I think Bryce Petty. I don't know about both of them, but he might be better than at least one of them. So I think he might be better than
Listen, don't forget the sleeper Gary Grayson, who he's kind of moved up the draft board a little bit much as he keeps working out and talking about it. And I can't wait for the combines next week. Cause I'm a big combine fan just to see what these guys do at the workout. But I tell you this: the Tennessee Titans came out and said that they love Metzenberger and they want to start him next, which is that's a good move.
Do it.
Yeah, I think
It's a great move. Now, the Cleveland Browns, which is scary because the Cleveland Browns have two. This is funny. They have 2 first-round picks, the number 12 and the number 19 pick, and they also have a staff guy, a quarterback staff, who's working with Mariota.
Yeah.
Okay, they're working with Mariota. So my thing is that the Cleveland Browns. Happy birthday to you and Lovie, Mike. The Cleveland Browns could trade the 2 first-round picks and then some to Tampa to get Mariota because we already know Brian Hoyer's gone and what Manziel's going through. They want to ship off Manziel right now.
Oh yeah.
So I can see that now. Chip Kelly's like, well, wait a damn minute. If they got 2 first-round picks, I got to come out with something somewhat salty now. The salty part of this trade is I don't see just picks if the Buccaneers are going to try to if the Eagles are going to try to give up for Mariota. I see Shady McCoy, who I predicted. Remember, he's the last of the Andy Reid era, the last guy. So you ship him off, an all-pro running back, okay, to the Buccaneers. What's on the draft? But hey. Maybe Nick Foles in the move.
You don't want them. You don't want him.
And you know what? And guess who he'll draft at running back? The same dude from Oregon, Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. The same.
He'll draft him right with Mariota.
Yep.
I think Tampa Bay right now. And listen, for all the 2 million Warning fans, and see, me and Mike are gonna predict next offseason or this next season coming up that the Buccaneers are going to win the division. Y'all made fun of me last year.
Like,
I'm saying,
I got the core of that.
It was warranted, though. It was warranted.
Listen, Chip Kelly automatically came out and said, trade me to the 49ers, to the owner. Okay? He wants power. He got the power now to do whatever he wants. He's going to sell out. Mariota will be a star quicker than you know if he gets drafted by the Eagles. He knows the playbook.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah, he built that system for Mariota and
for 3 years.
And he thrived in it. So yeah, like I said, when I first heard Chip Kelly was going to Philly, he said, "Hey, can I take Mariota with me?" Like that. Yeah. That's what he wanted. That's the only quarterback he had eyes for. I mean, like, to be honest, on some real stuff, I think he trade paid $8 million for that pick. I bet you he would. Because he wants him so bad. He wants him so bad.
I mean, it would be like you know what?
The thirst is so real.
But you know what? In fairness to Chip Kelly, that kind of opportunity, when have you ever heard that opportunity ever coming to pass? The kid that you know how to motivate, the kid you know how to reach, the kid you know how to tell, the kid who knows every facet, corner, nook, and cranny of your offense, coming to your league with you at the age of like 22.
He's Chip Kelly playing. Basically, he knows the playbook of the whole team. So listen. Chip Kelly is not. And you gotta think about it. You got Matt Barkley on your bench. This is 30 years. You got Nick Foles, who's a free agent next year. Mark
Come on.
Sanchez, Andale, he moved on somewhere else. Okay, he might go to Tampa. I mean, he might go to Buffalo, for what they say now.
Right back with Rex.
Yeah, or Rex Ryan. So my thing is this: you cannot run a franchise without your quarterback. And I'm gonna tell you this: there is no quarterback right now in this draft that Chip Kelly is saliving over more than Mariota. He's not gonna settle for.
All right, guys, wrap it up.
Anybody else?
End of the quarter. Moving on.
And give me my picks and give me Brett Hundley.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Des Carter. Anyway, fourth quarter. What big name do we see? A big name, a big star, going to a new team this year.
Oh, I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna go last on this one.
Ooh. Hold up. Actually, Tim, you go first. I want to do some quick research.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm going to go first. I believe Brandon Marshall will get cut. Okay, he's going to get cut.
He might.
He might get cut.
Yeah.
Okay. And for some reason, I think he's going to the New England Patriots.
He will. He will.
Oh, gosh.
I see it happening. And listen, if this happens, the Patriots will be going back to the Super Bowl next year.
Easily.
You got Brandon Marshall with Rob Gronkowski. Okay, you're gonna be. These guys are gonna want to get that next chip. Okay, guys will sign cheap just to understand. Listen, this hits for another title. Brandon Marshall will be a New England Patriot next year. That's just my prediction.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. See, here's the thing. Biggest name, that automatically rules out O linemen, because people don't want to care about these guys. So I honestly think, if everything is smart, DeMarco Murray should be on another team. I really don't care what team he ends up on. He's going to be forgotten. But DeMarco Murray should end up on another team. I think that's the biggest. If Jerry Jones is not GMing right now, DeMarco Murray should probably be on the Giants or something. Not in the same division, but he's gonna eat somewhere else, like maybe Baltimore, someone who needs a running back and kind of wants to splash to forget about their bad offseason news and all that. So I think that, and maybe I would say 1A is whatever happens to Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. I'm leaning in that direction as well. I go well for like my obvious pick. I think is Adrian Peterson. He's owed a lot of money, and the fact that this whole child abuse controversy came down, and the Minnesota governors came out publicly and said something about it, and about the fact that he was still on the team. The fact that they literally had sponsorship, local sponsorship, start pulling out while he was doing press conferences, literally standing up there doing a press conference. Hey, we just got word that the Rat Edison pulled out. That's so. Yeah. It's to the point where he's losing the team more money than he's worth now, because he's a great running back still, but like I said with DeMarco, you can get another good running back like this. You don't have to wait years and years and years for another good running back. You're going to get another good running back with him. And I think that he doesn't feel like Minnesota doesn't really have his back in the way how they handle it, because they voluntarily suspended him. The league didn't do anything to Adrian Peterson. It was the Vikings who actually suspended him. So I think it's that, and my bold prediction, I really think is more plausible. I think it's Peyton Manning, who's going to be on a different team, because I think they will cut him, because I don't think he's going to restructure. He never has, so I don't see why he would now. There's too much players on the table to pay him that huge salary and then let 7 other offensive stars linger in limbo. It's like, hey, will I get paid? Will I not get paid? Should I go look at somewhere else? Should I hold out? You know, it's too much factors in that. And the fact that I don't think that Peyton Manning wants to be done right now, so I think that he will try to sign with somebody. He might try to do the Brett Favre thing and try to hold out until after training camp. You know, so he like skip training camp. But I think that's what will happen. I think he'll get cut.
Mike, if you don't mind, I give you a team. If Peyton Manning was in the market, I give you a team where I see he may be going. The Jets.
I would take a 1-year lease on Peyton. But you know what? Yes and no. Yes and no, because they got Vincent. I don't know. Vincent Jackson may be gone, but you got receivers that get down the field. They don't run precise 5-yard routes. Do I really want Peyton Manning? Can he even get the ball to Mike Evans?
That's the problem. Like that's why I wouldn't want to take him on Atlanta. He can't deliver the deep ball to Julio. Like I mean, so your biggest act, like that's what's I think that's what's going on with Demaryius Thomas. I think his why he's overrated receiver. Now his talent, his growth has been stunted. Because he's a legitimate down the field receiver. It's just that Peyton doesn't throw the ball down the field, so he's used to just catching a bunch of screens and short slants and pick routes and stuff like this. He's basically a really tall black Wes Welker. Like that's what Peyton Manning has regulated into. So it's like.
And see, here's the thing, and here's the difference. You know, again, back in my history, as long as I've spent big enough Peyton Manning, I've spent slandering Tom Brady. But here's the difference. Tom Brady will run like half of the same playbook that Peyton Manning runs. But the other half is 15 and 20 yards down the field. Yeah. And real talk, sometimes Tom will be inaccurate. And you'll be like, what happened? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You won't know. He'll just be inaccurate. But when he's in the zone like he was in the Super Bowl in the second half, glory. Like, the man hit. Like, they weren't even moving their hands from the stride. It was just like, oh, there's a ball in my hand. So, and Peyton can't do that right now. So, I think, honestly, if the Broncos cut him, there's some sorry team that's going to want to sign him. But here's the thing. Is Peyton going to want to play on a sorry team? I don't see a contender.
I say yes.
Who exactly would take him?
I said the Jets.
So I would do you one better. I know, they're not going to be a contender, but a team that could be a contender, a team that he should have went to before. I'm not sure why he didn't. The 49ers. I think the 49ers will take him because I think the 49ers if they could, they would sign him because they already got Kaepernick on a series of 1-year contracts. So that's not the ultimate motivation. Hey, he basically said, hey, play for your life right now. We got Peyton on the bench, so
Hey Mo, and you know what's funny? Because I bet you on Savita Thomas. She's listening right now. Hey, Savita. So now here's my thing. Now Savita got to be happy that if we're saying, out of good spirits, that Peyton Manning signed with the 49ers. Because I also predicted the plan B for the Philadelphia Eagles is the Eagles would trade for Kaepernick to run the offense. Again, Chip Kelly is not going again with Nick Foles with a quarterback who cannot be mobile. He needs a mobile quarterback to run his offense. Remember, the Eagles wanted Kaepernick 2 years ago. So now took it down. A dream scenario. Remember this: the 49ers were the first team who went after Peyton Manning hard for him to sign. Now, when you see the coaching staff, Peyton Manning got more credentials than those guys on there right there. So, I mean, no disrespect. If Peyton Manning was to sign with the 49ers, listen, not a nation. You can't get mad at that. You cannot get mad at that.
I mean, that's what Peyton should have did in the first place. Honestly, if Peyton would have went to the 49ers instead of the Broncos, he'd have about 2 Super Bowls. Right,
he made a mistake.
He made a huge mistake. Because you don't have to worry about the cold weather in Denver. You play in the NFC West, so at least you'll be playing in if you're not playing in San Francisco, you're playing 2 domes in St. Louis and Arizona, and then you're playing in Seattle, which doesn't really get that cold. So you still have that nice climate that is more conducive to his playing style, and and he got the pieces because you got Vernon Davis, you got Craig, you got Crabtree, you got Frank Gore. I mean, you got Anquan Bolden that just can't him over. Those are pieces right there.
Yeah, and you know what?
So I mean, and that defense.
They run the offense because I think Michael Crabtree would probably have a way better career right now. He'd be like the Wes Welker. Vernon Davis.
He wouldn't be a mediocre. He wouldn't be a mediocre receiver.
Listen. It is no disrespect to Colin Kaepernick. You know, he played like his first name this year. It's okay.
That's disrespectful.
Why? What'd I say? What? What'd I say? But what I say? So, but you know, my thing is, and I agree, if Peyton Manning would have signed with the 49ers, 2 chips automatically. That defense and that offense would have been crazy, you know. But it didn't happen. But I think between the 49ers and the Jets, Peyton Manning, especially the Jets, because you go to New York, there's fans in the seat, marketing, you know, a lot of things he would get before he retires. And that was, remember, before he got drafted out of Tennessee, he didn't want to come out the draft because the Jets had the first pick in the draft. So he stood in Tennessee that year. So this would be a great story if Peyton Manning was to go to the New York Jets if he became available. And they got tons of cap space. And you got Todd Bowles, who I think will make the Jets defense even better because you got there, just add a secondary to it, and you're good. And on top of that, what's his wide receiver who played for the Broncos 2 years ago? What's his name?
Guys, wrap it up.
You talking about that guy?
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, wrap it up, guys. Wrap it up.
We all know what you're talking about.
I legit can't remember his name. I know you're talking about, but I legit can't remember his name.
Well, that guy.
He's that unimportant. He's
well, that guy is good. Huh?
Eric Decker?
Yeah, Eric Decker. That's his name.
Now listen, Eric Decker, we all know he's not a special receiver, but great chemistry with Peyton Manning.
He's a poor man's Wes Welker.
Hey, listen, it's a
poor man's Wes Welker.
It's a start. It's a start. And you know what? I would love to see Peyton Manning in that division
wrap this up
against Brady. I would love it.
The only thing exceptional about Eric Decker is his wife. Good Lord, that would be gorgeous.
Listen, Mo, you know, how about this? Let's say if Peyton Manning went to the Buffalo Bills with that defense already.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, he should go to the Buffalo Bills. I would love to see that. I mean, it would.
Coach that wouldn't question him.
I mean, it would really be terrible. But seeing how if he doesn't like the cold weather now, but Buffalo gets 7 feet of snow per week. So I mean, like, I don't see why you would want to do that. Like if he went to Buffalo, he would demand that they build him a dome immediately.
All right, guys.
And they'll do it.
Go on forever.
And they'll do it. They'll do it.
All right, we gotta wrap it up. It was a good show. But before we go, I have to make mention that Sarita did say that no, she would not take Peyton, but as a coach for Kaepernick, she would gladly take him. If he retires.
Well, listen.
49ers don't need Peyton as a coach. They got the dude from NFL for Europe.
Yep.
I mean, like,
that's what you said. I'm just a messenger.
Like this.
But we got to get in it. We can bring this back up again. We can bring this back up again, but we got to go. Great show, guys.
Listen, their coaching style is called the Sopranos. They're all Italian for some reason. The offense, the defensive coordinator,
cold cuts, Italian cold cuts.
It's tight. They got the salami, the prosciutto.
Oh
God, man! I think this is borderline racist.
It's on the line. It's played.
It's just on the line.
Like,
all right, great show, guys.
Hey, we call Goodfellas by the 49ers.
Good fellas. Yo, we'll be back in our bi-weekly schedule, so check us out in 2 weeks from now. 2-minute warning.
That'll be
Out.
March 4th, y'all. March 4th.
Yes,
March
sir.
4th.